Hey, guys. What's up? Welcome to Size Up. We back.
I can hear that.
I know.
Y'all, we so sorry. We
We
know
are.
y'all miss us.
We been busy.
Man, what? Oh, goodness, I can never get past the screen now. Come on.
Yes.
Ugh.
We've been doing a lot, y'all, and we've been busy.
So I hope everybody's been doing okay. I don't even have my light on. Okay.
Hold on,
Might
y'all.
have
I'm
to.
sorry. Yes, guys. I've been super busy. Last week, we brought Trina to Memphis. Uh, um, Cold it. Put it on the cheap in the freezer. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all excuse me. My head itching. I'm going through changes. I'm sorry. Okay. So
You going through changes.
I'm going through too many changes. I think I'm breaking it into halves too. I got a half on my face. Um so we did that. I'm super excited. Everybody enjoyed themselves. The Tri-State Black Pride Festival. Um Music Festival was awesome. All the artists did an amazing job. I'm super excited about everything and the way everything turned out.
Well, I'm glad everything turned out the way you wanted to think, way it should have gone. And last week, my son, my church had its teen service, and I was doing camera for all the nights. So I'm recuperating from that.
Yeah, it's yes. So that's been us. We've been tired. I'm tired. We all tired. Um, I am. Where am I going with this? Oh, y'all, this is bothering me. I need to stop looking at my face. Okay, so that happened. I'm super excited. We've been going strong with Shot Glass Hour. I'm tired. I'm very, very tired. And I did a bridal shower yesterday. I have not done any event planning really since 2019. I've consulted on a couple of things, but nothing really, really big. And I did a bridal shower one yesterday. For a lady who randomly met me. Um, she just found me on Facebook, or not on Facebook, on the internet. I didn't even know my website was still up. Apparently, if it's an old website and you built it, they can find it. So she found my website, clicked on it, called me randomly, like, "Hey, girl, what kind of events you playing?" and booked me. So I got booked and potentially got two other bookings off of that. So we'll see. Cross fingers.
See, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell them to have a good one.
Yes, so I'm super excited about that, and I'm hoping and praying that I do get booked for the other two events, so that a sister girl can get back into motion. I have not been able to do the Mother's Day brunch since COVID hit, and every time I get to the point to where I'm like, I'm gonna do it, I don't do it. It's happening in 2023. Oh, is happening, and I'm believing that it's gonna be another sold out event, because 2019 was awesome after years of doing a Mother's Day brunch and really not getting people to come out and support. We doing it this year, so this upcoming year. So make sure y'all uh keep your eye out for that. We will be promoting it here on the show, and promoting it all over social media and on the internet. um so we ain't been here for a minute. We're gonna talk about a couple of things. First of all, for Shine today, I got two Shine stories that I want to share personally. First of all, Jennifer Hudson. We talked
Hmm.
about this on it's on, but Jennifer Hudson is the youngest EGOT. I did not know she had. I knew she may have had a Grammy I knew she had an Oscar. Did not know she had an Emmy award.
I
Uh,
think it was for Dreamgirls though.
was the Emmy award?
It was for something.
Not the Emmys is normally like for like TV.
TV. Okay.
Yeah. Um,
What did she do for
I don't
TV?
know what she did to be an unless she got like a producer cred on something. That's the only thing I could
Hmm.
see. That oh, you know what? She might have got an Emmy. She was on Empire. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I
She
ain't
was
watch it.
on Empire. Um, you didn't watch Empire?
Mm-mm.
Baby, I watched Lucius and Cookie and them every week faithfully till the show went out. Even when it got bad, I watched it. Uh I did. I was like, wait a minute, this don't make sense, y'all. What? Houseway. And the final season was rushed due to COVID because there was a lot that they had to do when they had to cut the season short. But and then of course Jussie situation happened. Uh
Yeah.
so I
Hmm.
so she won. She got a Tony Award at the Tony Awards a couple of weeks ago. I didn't get to watch the Tony Awards. As a matter of fact, the BET Awards are going on right now. Am I
Right
going to
now,
watch it? I don't know. I'm probably going to watch the
I
performance highlights.
recorded it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hit the
probably going to watch
record button.
performance highlights, and that's probably going to be all I'm going to be able to do. I heard people are already talking about people on the red carpet right now. You know, it be what it be.
Mm-mm. It be what
Um,
it be.
it be what it be. Um, so I am very, very happy for Jennifer Hudson, youngest person to do it. So congrats to her. There are more to come. I know more of us can achieve that excellence in those areas.
But
I
I,
can't wait to
I
see who else.
I can say this. I watched the Tony Awards and it was nice.
To tell you what, let me say this because you're getting entertained the entire time. Okay. If you love music and dancing at the same time, you're getting entertained throughout the whole show. It's
And
not
it's not just the music. Of course, it's everything Broadway.
correct.
So it's
So
theatrical.
yes, it's really theatrical. It's over the top. It would be my kind of party. Like I sing, and I always a dream of mine was to always go to the Grammys and win a Grammy. I would want to win a Grammy, but I can skip through parts of the Grammys. I don't have to. It's 3 hours of a lot that some of the collabs that they put together with the Grammys, I'd be like, why? Um, I know one year they put Fantasia and Sierra together on a collab with some other people. Everybody on that stage was singing except for Polo Sierra. And I was like, why y'all put her on here with these people that's singing and she ain't singing? Things like that. It just, they try to bring togetherness, but it don't make sense a lot of times when they do it. Whereas the Tonys, everybody's fabulous, girl. They dancing, they kicking, they twirling, they singing, they're dramatic. It's a whole thing. So I love
And the host of it was the girl that played Anita on
Ariana
the
DeBose.
current.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and I believe they're gonna call her back.
They
She was
should.
that
I
good.
heard she did an excellent job. So I'm super excited. I'm glad that everybody did enjoy it. Like I said, the BET Awards are tonight, and I done heard about these red carpet looks already. We gonna pray. We'll talk about. I guess we can talk about that tomorrow because we ain't have no topic for tomorrow. I guess we talk about that tomorrow. I'm gonna watch some performance highlights. That's all I'm gonna do. Also, hold
Hmm.
on. Let me see if this still got that story up. We have a general manager, um, first African American general manager of a basketball team. I'm gonna have to go to the size up because why God. Let's see. So did I caught myself sharing this story? I hope I shared it. Yes, Morgan Cato. She makes history as NBA's first Black woman assistant general manager. I'm super excited about this, man. Listen, we got coaches and stuff, right?
Hmm.
Um, and we got referees. on the field and on the court. I'm loving this. So she just made history. She is a part of the Phoenix Suns organization as the assistant general manager. She graduated from Stony Brook University and Harvard Business School, school's executive track, and she worked in the NBA league office for the past 10 years. Her most recent role was
Um,
vice
oh,
president of business operations for the NBA league operations, where she was a vital member of the executive team who focused on strategic basketball planning to advance the game. These included, but not limited to, developing coaches and officials, the launch of the African Basketball League, advocating for women and people of color in basketball operations, and actively working with NBA teams on overall operational in engagement. Her prior experience was focused on professional talent development in the consulting, investment banking, and nonprofit industries. Now she is the assistant general manager and vice president of basketball operations for the Phoenix Sun. She made history as that first Black woman to do it, and I am excited for her. I cannot wait to she to see her growth with the Phoenix Suns. And look, I wouldn't even be mad if these folk made it on to the championship. Now, I would like to talk about the NBA draft, but I'm going to reserve that for next week. And the reason why is because I was watching the draft, but I wasn't watching the draft like that. Normally I watch the football draft and it's all good. But we will talk about that next week, definitely. I can't wait. We had some really heavy hitters. Most importantly, Kennedy Chandler, who was Colin Chandler, if y'all don't remember or know who Colin Chandler is, Colin is a DJ personality here in the city of Memphis. His son played for UT, and I did not know played with John Morant. They work out together, they train together. Well, he will be coming to the Grizzlies. We got some other University of Memphis basketball players that are going into the NBA. So we're going to talk about that next week. So shout out to everybody shining, shining, shining. Um, do we have any reality? Do we? No, I don't really want to talk about them. I don't. The way my patients are set up for these people in this reality world. We'll come back to them. Um, um, we'll come back to them next week. I have tea on them as well. Let's talk about her real quick. So her is filing a lawsuit against her record label. Um, this is really, really interesting. And I'm waiting on, I'm trying to get the story to come up. Um, she stated in her lawsuit, and this is according to the Jasmine brand, um, she's trying to be released from her record label. Reportedly, she alleges that she was taken advantage of by her record label, MBK. The Grammy Award winning artist claims the company is forcing her to work under a contract that was signed when she was 14 and allegedly expired in May of 2019. The lawsuit was filed in the state of California last week, earlier last week on June the 16th. As a part of the main grievance in the lawsuit, the damaged singer claims that her manager, Jeff Robinson, who owns the record company, unlawfully bound her to a contract extension. Her legal team claims the subsequent becoming her manager, Jeff replaced her original legal team with his own. The label owner proceeded to make deals with these lawyers on behalf of her, negotiating her touring and publishing rights. Reports state that the lawyers never had a written fee agreement or a conflict waiver signed by her and claimed to have performed the services as a favor to their client, Jeff, who was paid 20% commission for each of these deals while the lawyers took 5%. Additionally, the legal papers state that as a part of those negotiations, her was resigned to an extended contract by MBK. However, there's a California law that prohibits record companies to issue non-negotiable contracts for more than a period of 7 years. So, for instance, she signed her original contract May of 2011. Her contract should have ended May of 2019. She claimed her contract forces her to work beyond the 7 years after May 19th, and notes that is in violation of the California Labor Code 2855, which prohibits the enforcement beyond that 7 year contract. Um, Reportedly, the docs also alleged that MBK significantly limited her employment rights. That claims she has not been free to provide her recording services except as permitted or dictated by MBK. She also alleges that MBK has exclusively owned the right to exploit her name and likeness for her recordings. What do you think about that, Wendy? You on mute, boo boo. Yeah,
That's just crazy.
this is ridiculous. So we've all seen the behind the music stories, right? We saw how TLC
Hmm.
got did in for the blood of Jesus Christ. Everybody done had a really pretty crazy story dealing in the music industry.
Hmm.
Um, this is really crazy to me that they're trying to force her to do it. And then there was a clear conflict in interest. If you are my manager, I don't need to be signed to your label, and then you don't need to get your team involved, and you fired my team. It's really crazy, and it's like you're double dipping, in my opinion. I definitely hope she.
Totally. That's totally what it is.
Yeah, you. I think you need to like. She does. She needs to leave, and they get to control what projects she works on and what she does. That's the other thing about it. So,
Mhm.
if you're trying to portray some type of image, and we see, let me say this, we've seen a lot of this take place and happen in the past. If you look at, I look at the Jackson family, for instance. Michael and
Mhm.
all of those kids in that family tried so very, very hard to break away from Joseph Jackson because he tried to control their narrative. Janet, when we watched
Mhm.
the documentary, Janet talked about how, like, real talk, her daddy made her record these 3 albums that she didn't want to record. It was
And they
not.
did, and they wasn't hits.
They didn't do well. He brought in everybody. He had a particular image that he wanted for her to portray. And I think this is kind of similar to that. And I think what people fail to realize is when you sign an artist that young, they have to have room to grow. They get grown, they have sex, they have kids, they get married, but you want to keep them under some type of limited, image that you portray and put out there for them. So that's the thing. Um, so I'm hoping she wants to do like acting and she wants to do more writing, probably more producing. She's an excellent instrumentalist. She has a beautiful voice. She's good. I would go and buy a ticket to go see her in concert because she's
I
just
surely would
good.
too.
Um, but I'm really side eyeing the deal that they made, and of course parents, this is another reason I know a lot of people don't like momagers and dadagers, but I
Managers,
feel like but I
managers.
feel like this is when you need mama and daddy energy to be like, hold on, wait a minute, pause. Let's get an attorney over here to look at everything. Somebody that ain't your people to look at everything so we can know what's going on. Because I know her wasn't on her own at age 14 when she signed that original contract.
Mm-mm.
So that's the other thing. It's really weird to me how that's set up and how that has been put out there. Um, but it is what it is. So I thought that was pretty crazy, but here we are. At it again. Have you seen the trailer for the Upshaws?
I have not. I still gotta watch the. I'm so
You haven't seen
behind.
it?
I have not seen the whole last
Oh
season.
my god! I thought you had seen. Okay, girl, she was mad at him, so she was mad at him. Mad at him. Um, so the verses, right? That happened. I
Oh my gosh! You know
didn't
what?
watch it. So let me go
I
here.
heard. So it came on late as heck.
Well, no, it didn't. It started on time. However, they
It
had
was
like
like
a
a pre-show.
pre-show. So they had Bobby Valentine, they had Ray J. I feel like Tank might have been there. And of course, I let me say this, and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna step away from it because people might be mad at what I'm about to say. I feel like Tank can do a versus. I feel like he can do a versus. The reason why I feel like Tank can do a versus is because Tank has written for the majority of the R&B artists that we have heard. You a lot of music that you hear on the radio, Tank had his hand in. Okay, he's written for some of everybody. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like Tank could do a versus. Okay, so I really don't think that Tank should have been in the pre-show. Bobby Valentino, Ray J, Sammy, those guys, yes, y'all had maybe one or two albums tops that we know of. Okay. Ray J, we just stopped calling you Brandon's little brother last year. Like, I feel like y'all don't have enough hits and enough things to do a versus. Okay.
But did Omarion have enough hits?
Let's go there.
Hold on
I'm
one
about to
second.
go there. I'm really, really about to go there. So Omarion had maybe three, maybe four albums. Um, I'm thinking that's how many albums that he's had. Um, the reason why I say that, and this is not including B2K, let me go Google this before I lie to y'all, because I don't want to tell a lie. Um, and we're gonna talk about him and his bandmates and their little beef in just a moment. Um, let me look and see what this baby done did. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all what I think happened. Y'all know I like to tell y'all what I think happened and what my assessment of the situation is. Um, let's see. How many albums did Omarion have by himself? One, two, three, four, five. Oh, he done had five albums. Didn't know that. None of them, the first two probably were hits. They probably had some hits on it. Probably had some songs I know. These last three, I don't think so. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Then he had the three albums with no, two albums with B2K and then an album with Bow Wow. Okay. The Face Off album with Bow Wow. So when
Okay.
I didn't realize he had five albums. Did not know that. And got one on the way. Okay. Oh. All right. So hear me is color me confused and color me surprised. Because I
But
did.
hold on. Omarion sound a hot mess.
We're gonna talk
Ray
about
J
it.
sound a hot mess.
We finna get into that. So Mario, let's also talk about Mario. And I feel like Mario writes too, but don't quote me on that. But what I do know is Mario can sing his face off.
You
You
sure
understand?
can.
Mario is a singing brother. I don't care what nobody says. I didn't know he was younger than him. Mario just turned
Is,
his time.
isn't he Iranians?
No,
No.
Mario is not
Okay,
a.
that's
You're thinking about
what
Mario Winans. No. This is
Winans.
this is Mario. This is braid my hair. Come on and braid my hair. Or what's it?
Or
Oh,
you should let me love
no.
you.
Got what I need when you say he's just a friend. When you say he's just a friend. That was my joint right there. I'm gonna go bump some Mario tonight before I go to bed. All right. So hold on. Let me find this baby's discography. Mario has had one, two, three, four, five. Okay, he's had five albums. Omarion has had five albums. Now, I feel like I probably know more of Mario songs on his five albums than I would Omarion on his five albums. So let's talk about this. Everybody was going to bet on Omarion. Before the verses even came on, everybody was like, Omarion get it. Omarion, do Mario even have enough albums? I'm like, do Omarion have enough albums? He can't do the B2K thing. Let's talk about this real quick, okay? And one of my homegirls was talking about this the other day. The only person that has been in a group that can do a versus real live is Beyonce. Period. That's the only one that can do a versus with anybody and come with the hits after hits after hits. Beyonce, Giselle, Knowles, Carter. Show can. That's it. Can't nobody. You can't name nobody else that done been in a group that can come without bringing any of them group songs to the verses. Okay, nobody else. So let's go there. So apparently, I feel like Omarion was high. Okay, let me tell you why. They said
He was eating the watermelon like it
they
was
said that
cooked.
boy in the middle. He broke out with some watermelon. What you broke out with some? Why you eat watermelon on the stage, son? Why? Why? Somebody tell me why that man was eating so water. You had the munchies. You was high. You can't focus on doing the good jobs and trying to do the spins and stuff and the body rolls. And you high.
And I'm thinking that I'm like, are you mad that your girl with Tay Diggs?
Well, because she sure upgraded, right? She sure upgraded her life. She said, I don't need none of you little B2K Negroes. I got me a heavy hill. I got a movie star. Okay. uh, Forget you and your boy Fizz. Okay. So,
That tripped me out.
um, so everybody was clowning on Mario, right? Because Mario literally wiped the floor with and keep in mind, this is not my time. I love Mario probably more than I do Omarion. And I liked Omarion's first two albums. I did. Not gonna lie. I was I was into my favorite song on O was Touch. I'm just putting that out there right now. Okay. But Lil Mario has
Isn't he Marquise Houston's brother?
no, that's the
The
other
the
thing.
not
That was a lie that was put out there a very, very long time ago. Him and Marquise are not brothers.
related.
They're
Okay.
not related at all. I did not know that, but that was a big, 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 big lie that was put out there.
Okay.
Uh, so um, Omarion decided to put out something, and I thought I put it on the size of the page, and apparently I did not. He decided to post about how the guys were clowning him, even his former group members in B2K. So I'm gonna just give you the cliff notes because I was gonna read it, but I can't find it. It was up, but it ain't. He said to my background dancers, referring to his group B2K. Y'all always praying for a man's downfall, blah, 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 blah. But y'all ain't gonna be nothing without me. Basically, he was Eddie Kane, and these were the five heartbeats. He was Eddie Ruffin, and these
No,
are the five.
nobody came to see you, Otis.
Ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. Hey, okay. So ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. J Boog and Raz B, and I did not read Raz B's statement, but I did read J Boog's statement, and I kind of feel like this is the truth.com. J Boog talked about how because they were kids and they were happy to get a record deal, they made Omarion the lead singer because that was the formula at the time. You know, very rare or seldom did you have boy groups that did not have, or groups in general that did not have a first lead and a second lead, or just the lead
Mm-hmm.
of the group. So they were following in that formula. Now, I feel like Jodeci and Boys to Men, whole bunch of niggas that can sing, Drew Hill. I don't know why we couldn't go with that formula. I don't know at all. But hey, what do I know? So J Boog talked about how they had the opportunity to get two other record deals, but because Omarion's voice was not the strongest in the group, and they wanted Omarion to be the lead singer, they did not get the first two record deals. He talked about how Omarion was jealous because J Boog finally got the opportunity to sing on one of their songs on the album. He had a better voice than Omarion, but because he was not the lead singer, they didn't put him out in the front. So it's been friction in B2K from day one. He said, and everybody was on Lil Fizz and J Boog. Let me tell you something. That ain't no lie, because my sister was gonna get married to Lil Fizz, and I told her, I
Oh
said, baby,
Lord.
your age, that darn J Boog. Let me tell you something. J Boog, that's a fine little boy. He's still
I,
fine to
I
this day.
I think my niece was in love with J Boog. It was
Listen,
J Boog. It
let me
was J
tell you
Boog and J
something.
Boog and J
And
Boog.
look, Fizz, because them little girls was on Lil Fizz too. Listen, if I
Them
was
light
in
skinned boys.
when
It's
I
them
was
light skinned boys.
no, Raz B was the other light skinned boy. J Boog was the other little dark skinned boy. That
I
baby was
know, but I'm just saying. I was
listen,
just saying.
understand. If I was my sister's age, Jay Bull could have got it. Do you understand
Oh
me?
my goodness.
That
Yeah, you
little boy
do.
fine. He's still fine. He still look the same. He is fine. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So I'm I believe wholeheartedly that Omar Young was not the most popular member in the group, and he wasn't. He wasn't because it was J Bug and Lil Fizz for us in our household. For us in our house, we was on J Bug and the Lil Fizz. Okay. Timberland just knew she was getting married to Lil Fizz. I just need, and now if she see him on Love and Hip Hop now, she probably ain't gonna never want no parts of it. But she was really on the Lil Fizz at the time. Okay, I feel like there was some jealousy, some deep rooted issues, and the fact that Lil Fizz got a record deal before Omarion did. Okay, that was the other thing because he's a rapper. They wanted him to do some collaboration with some other artists and do some other things with some other people, and wanted to get in the business of Lil Fizz. Now I don't know what happened with that, but he was the first one to sign a solo deal. The whole plan was what Destiny's Child did with Kelly, Michelle, and Beyonce. First came together. Kelly had her album, Michelle had her album, Beyonce had her album, and then they came back together. That was the plan for B2K. It kind of fell through and went to hell.
Well,
Omarion.
you know they had that reunion concert and stuff like that because my niece went to that.
No, and of course they're doing that because, and here's the other thing J Boog revealed. Omarion was broke. When they did the first millennial tour, reunion tour, because this ain't the first one, the last one they did was not they've done those before. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When they did the very first one that they did,
I guess.
they couldn't they had to beg J Boog to do it because he didn't have any money. He was broke.
And I tell you this. I said, if that's the case, he need to get back on Love Hip Hop.
Well, he ain't finna get back on Love and Hip Hop now. And I bet here's the thing, he ain't gonna have no storyline. Because here's the thing, April not gonna be on Love and Hip Hop LA, especially if she dating Tay Diggs. That mind said, listen, he probably done took her on off for whatever she was on and said, come on, girl, come up off this reality TV show, because that's not the goal. And that's not where I want
I
to be.
think he had proposed to her, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, she definitely ain't finna come back to no Love and Hip Hop LA. Y'all ain't seeing no more April Jones. Y'all need to let that dream go. She won't be back on the reality TV if that man done propose. I'm glad he finally got a black girl though. I'm gonna say that. Cause he was with Let It Go for
Uh-huh.
we let it go. Now, and let me say this: I'm not down in that situation because they met, starting off together. He started off on Broadway. A lot of people don't know that Tay Diggs started off on Broadway before he transitioned into, acting in other roles, and that's how they met. And they dated for several years and got married. They had a beautiful baby, and they got divorced. It happens. But he was still dating the white girls, and then he done met on April. So I think we gonna be all right with this one. Um, but yeah, Omarion, baby. You can't be going on the TV and on national platforms sounding like garbage and expect folk not to clown you, even if they are your background dancers. You cannot expect that to not happen.
You got clowned. Clown wasn't the word.
They said he was supposed to do it for Lil Saint, but he got served. Okay, so Mario won clearly, but let's talk about Ray J really quickly. Um, Brandy, because y'all know Brandy Petty. I love her.
She's so pretty.
Brandy gets on social media. She said, I don't know who deleted this post. I'm assuming your brother. But she reposted it again. She said, I told you to go on vocal rest all day yesterday. I said, don't you sing, don't you talk, don't do anything. I told you to get your tea and your honey and your lemon and your this and your that. And you ain't do it. And then you got on TV looking whack. You should have listened to your big sister. I said, Brandon, why you roasting that man on the social media? She did. They said he sounded awful.
Girl, awful wasn't the word. And then he comes on with these Fred Sanford moves. Come on now.
Ray J
Come
don't
on.
dance.
He
Ray
was
J don't dance. No, no, make it stop. Especially
Girl, and what tripped me out is how they put the Fred Sanford music to it on TikTok. Dun, 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 dun.
now, speaking of dancing, I need somebody to get Genuine and Justin Timberlake,
Oh,
please.
okay, hold on.
Listen,
Was he trying to do this? He was,
listen.
and thought he was doing it. But what was the leap he did? Did you see the leap?
So listen.
Oh my
I
goodness.
need somebody in their camps to be no people. We don't, every once in a while you want to hear yes people and that. I need y'all to tell them no. Genuine just need to stand there and sing because I feel like you high. You ain't been in the dance studio practicing. I think he on the powder. I really think he is. Cause he was just doing the most and people was allowing him to do it. I don't know. And then we old. You can't do all that stuff that you used to do. Now very few people can. Michael Jackson could still do all the stuff that he used to do. Prince
J-
could still do the
Janet
stuff that he
Jackson.
used to do. Janet Jackson can still do the things that she used to do, probably because they still practicing at a studio at their house. You ain't practice no dance moves. You better not be on there trying to ride no pony. Or Justin Timberlake, you better not be trying to take it to no NSYNC days because you looked it rough on the stage. Like, listen, we are of a certain age now, folks.
You
There,
are papas. You are fathers. You just put on the hoochie daddy shorts on and just be gone with it.
Genuine a granddaddy now. I feel like we need to stop trying to do the things that we did in our early 20s. You can't do it no more. Then people are recording you and they're sharing it. You're becoming viral for the wrong reasons, folks. Stand there and sing. Get a dance instructor to teach you some dance moves that you can do that are age appropriate. You can't ride no pony no more, and this ain't no lie. Bye. It's not what's hot. You can't do it no more. Stop. Sit down. Go smoke a cigar. Be a granddaddy or a daddy. Just sit down.
Just sat down. Not
Sit
sit down,
down.
sat down.
Sit down. Don't nobody have time for this. Make it stop. Make it make sense.
Just sat
Please.
down.
For
Sat
me.
down. Just sat down.
Okay, so Carisha, aka Young Miami, has a
Okay.
podcast. And
Okay.
I love it. From the city girl. She's a city girl, right?
Okay.
Her government name is Carisha, but we know her as Young Miami. Now, you're not familiar with the city girls.
I'm
Carisha
not.
was the city girl while JT was in jail. Until JT got out of jail. JT out, so now they doing their thing.
JT
Well,
who?
don't worry about it, child, because you don't know who the city girls are. You probably don't know this conversation. However, I don't know if you've seen Carisha Please, which is the podcast that's on YouTube in which she interviewed P. Diddy. Now, of course, P. Diddy has been doing his thing out here with his little old self dating all the girls. Well, apparently him and Carisha have been dating, but he's also been dating some other little girl. I don't know who she is. Well, Carisha had him on there, and let me tell you what Carisha said. She said, "What's your relationship status?" He said, "I'm dating, but I'm single." She said, "I'm single too, but we go together real bad." I said, she said, "I'm single too, but we go together real bad." Okay. Let me tell y'all something. I loved everything about this podcast episode. She and Diddy were cracking up the whole time. They were drinking. I loved it. It was amazing. Carisha, I'm finna be watching your podcast. I don't even know if the next episode that came out. But if you got some time, I need you to go watch Carisha, please, on the YouTube and watch that interview with her and P. Diddy. It was hilarious. It was funny. And she's from Miami and she's real and she young. And she just, she does a thing. So y'all make sure y'all check out Carisha, please. But when that girl told that man, we go together, I
Hmm.
hopped. I yelped from the
You
highest,
said
baby.
you yelped.
I yelped. That girl said, "I'm single, but we go together real bad." I said, "Oh Lord. Oh, I'm gonna tell somebody that I'm single, but we go together real bad." Um, I'm using it. I'm definitely using it. I feel like it's something else we need to talk about besides the Roe versus Wade. Okay, we'll probably talk about it next week. So let me tell y'all something, cause I know, um, I know that we have had, we are big fans of The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh my gosh. If this ain't the hands made tail in the making. I don't want to be no blessed, be no fruit.
I don't want to be blessed be the fruit. I don't want to say I don't listen. I'm rebellious. They probably gonna have me in the outskirts where they had the folk that was sick and stuff. I don't want no parts of it. Okay. I just because I let's talk about how the Supreme Court has overturned Roe versus Wade. And a lot of the Christians are yay, 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 yay. But what you don't seem to realize or understand that abortion is not just about a person not wanting to have a child. And that's where I'm and this is where I'm going with this because
Mm-hmm.
you cannot make me believe that it's God's will for children to die, for parents to die, bring kids into the world. That's they can't no. I don't want that to be God's plan. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't and that's the thing. We always say, well, it's God's will. No,
It's not God's will.
it's not God's will. If there's
It's like this for someone. Just think about it. Y'all don't want rape or incest to be included in the
no.
abortions. What if a mentally challenged person get raped?
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all going to force this mentally challenged person to have a baby? And who? It's a senator. I think he's from Ohio. Question why is ectopic pregnancy a reason to have an abortion? You do not know. You do not know the anatomy of the woman's body,
Wow.
apparently. An ectopic pregnancy is when the egg is in the fallopian tubes.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a uterus. It
No,
cannot grow
no,
um, the way it's supposed to grow in the tube, which means not only that the baby can die, the mother can die too.
as well. Absolutely.
Also, I know what this is about. This ain't got nothing to do about the female body. Has nothing to do about the female body. We understand that the Caucasian race in America is dwindling because it's a lot of interracial dating, and then you have a lot of immigrations coming in. And 60% of the women that are having abortion are Caucasian women. So y'all do not want to be the minority race. This is what it's all about. I rest my case.
But what y'all about to find out is that it's gonna be a whole lot more interracial babies brought into the world. Cause
And
little Becky jumping on black teens.
no, 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 no. How about this? I'm gonna take it here. How about this? We have a lot of these politicians dating interracially, getting people pregnant. They're gonna try to get these abortions.
It
They're
ain't gonna
gonna
work.
try.
Or let's not even say they're gonna try. They gonna go to the states where it's legal, and I want somebody there with a camera
Uh-huh.
to take a picture. Is what I'm gonna need to happen.
And what I liked about Planned Parenthood, they said, yeah, they may can, just prevent these people to have an abortion here. How about this? We're gonna help them go where they can get one.
Planned Parenthood, Hibbett Sports said if their employees need to go. Here's my other thing. We have a healthcare issue in this country, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times Black and brown people are discriminated against in the healthcare industry. We're
Surely
told
is.
we don't know what we're talking about. Ain't nothing wrong with us, but we're having to fight every day, especially black and brown women. Every day having to fight that uphill battle. And because our government, our country, well, they got universal health care in other countries, but they ain't got it here because,
Mm,
everybody got to make a dollar because we're a capitalistic society.
mm-hmm.
There's a problem with that. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these health risks and issues that can be prevented could be prevented if we just had universal health care.
And of course,
I
we don't want that.
don't want that because
We don't want that.
people ain't gonna make their money. It's ridiculous.
And then trying to prevent, and it was like also when the Obamas was in office, how they used to drag Michelle Obama because she wanted to talk about health care. I mean health, like feeding folks, eating healthy and stuff like that. Because food, if you eat the right foods, guess what? You can fight a lot of diseases. You can fight a lot of diseases. And I'm at the point of my life. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's good for me to eat and what's good for me not to eat, because I'm gonna need to be here. I'm gonna need to be here. Period. Point blank. You know my situation, and I think that with the food, I'm really reading Dr. Sebi. I don't think I can go vegan. I don't think I can ever go vegan.
So let me tell you a little story about my little semi-vegetarian journey that I tried to take. I tried to do the vegetarian thing. I tried to do it for like 2 or 3 months. I was doing a really pretty good job at it until um until I started having dreams of chicken. The chicken was chasing me in my dream. And at that point on, I felt like chicken can't win. You know what I'm saying? Chicken can't win.
I
Chicken
said,
cannot win.
you
So
said you didn't have a dream about the
the
chickens.
chicken was chasing me, girl. The chicken was chasing me. And I said, you know what? What's not gonna happen is that chicken can't win. So for whatever reason, whatever I have, chicken can't be out the equation at all. It just can't.
Mm-mm.
I tried real hard. It was not gonna work out for me. Now I don't eat a
And
lot of
I
meat.
and I've read a lot of things. I'm anemic. I am anemic.
I
I
am too.
need to start. I need to start eating. I have to eat the red meats. I'm sorry. I got to eat the red meats because being vegan, you're not gonna have enough iron. You're not. You're not. I don't care what you say. You can say yes, y'all do all you want to. No, you do not. And I also feel like this. It sucks. Yes, it sucks about the gas prices and the inflation and stuff like that. But I'll be honest with you. I'd rather spend money on food than have to spend money on a lot of medications. Which, and then at the end of the day, these medications are just gonna, just mess us up anyway.
Man, they be like, you taking the medication to prevent eczema may cause bleeding, may cause vomiting, may cause nausea. You could get hepatitis B from taking this medication. Like, why am I taking the medicine then? It's really crazy. It
It
doesn't
is. It's very crazy.
make sense.
It is very crazy. It doesn't make sense. Um, um, so you just have to ask yourself those questions. I'm like, oh my goodness. Ugh.
So
Ugh.
I feel like I of course all of Trump appointed people were the reason. Those were the problem causers there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
those were the problem causers there.
And I'm
Um,
at this point, Joe, Sleepy Joe, go ahead and pack that court.
I need him to get some, but see, here's the thing: somebody has to be coming out. So, like, the reason why he was able to get this lady in, the last lady in, was
But she didn't
because
vote. You notice she didn't vote.
Maybe she couldn't vote. Could she not vote?
She did not have a vote in this. No, she did not, because the
I don't
guy
think it
has
was
not
already on
left
the
yet.
table. It was already on the table. I feel like it was already on the table. So maybe
But
she
why
couldn't,
couldn't she vote?
because it
I'm
was already.
like,
I think it was already something that was already on the. They've been talking about this before she got nominated.
and Clarence Thompson's, ooh,
Yes,
there's a
special
special
man,
place in heck in
listen,
you. And don't get me wrong. I personally do not believe in abortion. If I got pregnant today, I would not have an abortion, even though it's not. It would be an unwanted pregnancy. I would not have an abortion because it goes against what I believe in. However, I'm not going to tell the next woman what she can and cannot do. Y'all talk about the child. It's about the unborn baby. It's about the unborn baby. But y'all quick to say, well, you the mama. You can't be on. You always wanting our money. Get out of our pockets. Which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I tell people all the time, you know what? I'm a Republican. However, I think for myself.
Yeah.
I don't let a party do the thinking for me. And we can educate. I can talk to somebody about how it's wrong to have an abortion, but at the end of the day, that person knows what's best for her situation. Let her take that up with God. We are not the judge and jury. We're not supposed to be judges either.
Right.
And then also, isn't it in the Constitution to separate church and state?
And I do believe that that should be separate because I feel like God is the only person that can judge a situation. I
Right.
feel like that's the only person that can judge a situation. Um, my issue with that is that we have become the judge and the jury, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't know anybody's situation.
Mm-mm.
Somebody may not be ready if there are health risks involved. Pregnancy is the closest thing to death, and I don't think people realize that.
Mm-mm.
Anything
My
can
mama
happen.
was telling me back in the day, stuff like that. They didn't have,
Right.
doctors and procedures and stuff. You died.
You
You
die.
died. That's what my mama told me. You died.
Yep. So we have to take all of that into consideration and just think about that. It's not just about killing a child. You have the woman's health that's at risk. I don't think it's God's will for a parent to have to raise a child by themselves because another parent died bringing them into the world. I don't think that's God's
Mm-mm.
will. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
If there are complications and something happens or something takes place, the 9 times out of 10, the mother is gonna say, "Save my baby," and something happens to me, something happens to me. That's what any mother, in my opinion, would say.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, there are things that could, we there are not a lot of times that things can be prevented, and if the doctor sees something ahead of time, I
Mm-hmm.
think they should be able to take care of that ahead of time, in opposed to making a family have to lose a loved one or probably two loved
Mm-hmm.
ones. Because a lot of times, too, the mom and the baby end up dying.
And you remember also when Serena Williams said she
Yeah,
was having problems, and she was trying to tell the nurses there was something going on. They didn't want to believe her.
yeah,
They didn't want to believe her. And again, that's another thing. We're not like you said. We're not privy to quality health care.
right. And she was privy to quality health care, and they still, did her in for the blood. Like what?
Now, let me tell you. I used to watch this show called Bringing Up Bass. I liked the show because it was just it was a reality show.
The black folk that got on them cheering.
Uh-uh. These are the white folks.
Oh, okay.
So one of the girls, she had just had a baby boy,
Hmm.
and all of a sudden she's passing out. She's passing out. She having all kinds of epileptic seizures. Don't know what's wrong with her.
Right.
And it was amazing how the nurses and stuff was tending to her really quickly. You know, saying, okay, we got to figure out what's wrong with you. You got to figure out what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It. I was just. It just. It goes to the back of my mind to wonder what would it have been if it was a black woman just passing out. I mean, every time she was going in labor, she would pass out, and then afterwards, she would do something and just pass out. I mean, just literally pass out and have seizures, and they still can't find out what's going on with her. I'm praying for her. I hope they find out what is going on with her. But my thing is, I just want to know if it was a black person, what would it been like? Because I know when I thought I was about to have a heart attack, I thought I was having a heart attack. And I wanted them to say, I was like, they better not tell me that it's just my imagination. Because I know my body. I
Right.
know my body.
Right.
I know the difference because they was like, are you sure you're not having an asthma attack? I know what it feels like to have an asthma attack.
Right.
But it turns out I was having an asthma attack.
Right.
Did not, I was like, that's weird because, I never had it, it just felt weird.
Right.
I just felt like I couldn't catch my breath. And it wasn't, when I have an asthma attack, my chest tightens up.
Right.
It tightens up, and then I really can't breathe. But it was on a whole nother level. It was on a whole nother level. And I was like, I know what I said, something going on. I don't know what it is. I got to figure out what it was. And
Yeah.
I was just praying to God. And they was like, well, we're going to find out what's going on with you. We're going to find out. And so eventually they did. So I was like, I was just praying that, I wouldn't be that case where, oh, it's nothing. Okay, you can go home and if it happens again, you can come back. No, because I don't want to pay another $150.
Right. I got a copay to pay. It's when I tell you it's a freaking lot. It's a lot. And I don't know, man. I just feel like y'all really trying to, and let me say this, guys. A lot of guys have been very supportive about this matter, and I want to say thank you. But there are a few of you out there who are like, well, it's morally correct, and this, that, and the third. And a lot of y'all don't do things that are morally correct. Like, you know, one guy was like, it shouldn't be up to the woman to make the decision of whether or not to have an abortion. Why?
Who child? Y'all
Why
don't
not?
have to carry her. Y'all don't have to carry the baby.
You ain't
Y'all
gotta
don't
carry
have to
no
go through the
baby.
mental.
And half
Sometimes
of
it can
you
take
niggas,
a mental toll
and
on your
half
body.
and half of you niggas that's out here saying that are not, and I repeat, are not there for your kids. I can probably count on one hand how many of you guys that are complaining about the abortion rule and regulation that have been in your kids' life consistently on a regular basis. You know, I'm a single parent.
So what that means
I,
also,
I have to,
ladies. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, I got to make sure my kids are straight, and I got to do it because who else gonna do it? You know what I'm saying?
None.
For you to have that insensitive statement, and I don't know if your girl had an abortion or you ain't want her to have an abortion or whatever the situation is, but like for real, and when
Um.
people who are irresponsible bringing up kids in this world, you have a whole lot of people who don't need to be parents.
Don't need to be parents at
Don't
all.
need to be parents at all. You can't afford to have a kid. You can't afford to take care of them. You can't afford to do whatever. I'm not saying it can't be done. Let me back up. But for somebody, a lot of people, that's irresponsible. The irresponsible thing to do is to bring somebody in this world that you can't take care of. You're not going to emotionally be able to provide for them the way you need to as a parent. And so let the people make the decision about what they want to do. And I think they're going to be coming for birth control soon. They've already did the Plan B. Um,
Mhm.
in some states, they're trying to make it illegal. Um, we gotta be a little wiser about who we vote
And
for, man.
that and also, ladies, know your body. Number one,
Hmm.
learn how to use a calendar. Don't rely on apps. Do not rely on apps because apps like Flow and stuff, they're selling your information.
Oh,
They're
I ain't.
selling your information. So if you use a Flow, please stop using the Flow app. I'm thankful that I don't have to go through this no more. But even though I had the Flow app, I always use my calendar as well. Never was late until I got pregnant. I was never late with that time when I got pregnant because I knew how to count. I knew how to work the calendars and all that kind of stuff. Know your bodies. Know your
I
body.
used the calendar for my period. That thing came, and it would come, and I had uh fibroids, so mine would sometimes come twice a month. I knew it. I dreaded it. I didn't have to have no calendar to keep up my period. It was what it was. I had it. I didn't when I was on birth control. I didn't have it, and I'm going through that right now. I don't have a period, because I have IUD. Um,
Um, Well, see, that's also not healthy. You're supposed to have one though.
I don't want it. Don't want no more kid. If it ain't healthy, I'm sorry. It's gonna be the unhealthy thing that I do because I don't want. I have the worst periods ever. I bleed
Um,
a lot.
I
It
had
does
them
not make
too.
sense. And they
I
told me, they talked to me about having a hysterectomy. I was like, no, I'm good. I don't like surgery. So let me
I'm
fix this.
sorry. When I had to get a blood transfusion, I said that was my
And
time
that's
to
a
say,
part
you
of the
know
reason.
what?
That's a part of the reason why I'm anemic is because I do bleed a lot, a whole lot. Be like, yeah, it's light. No, mine don't. Mine ain't like none of the days. I have to have the super everything the whole time I'm on my period.
And I used to have to change every 30 minutes.
And then mine
And
was
now I heard there's a shortage on tampons and maxi pads. I'm like, I'm so glad.
glad I'm not in that number. Hallelujah.
I was like, I am so glad, but I had to do something. I wasn't thinking about having any more kids. I was in my 40s. I'm like, because it'd be just my luck. I end up in my 40s pregnant, and I didn't want to be like that. So
I just
I,
couldn't.
I got myself taken care of. I surely did. And that was the best thing. I was able to buy white pants. Y'all just don't know the feeling when you can buy white pants and you was never able to wear white pants. Oh my gosh, that was freeing.
Yeah.
But it's very disheartening that you have men talking about your bodies. Now, if this is the case, then Viagra needs to be off the shelf. Cialis needs to be off the shelf.
Baby. Cause y'all don't
It
even be able
needs
to get it up neither. That's God's will too.
exactly.
Huh. That's God's will as well. Like, no, 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 no. We're not gonna be on that. We gonna have God's will all the way around. Huh. Huh. So, you know, we'll see how this turns out. This is about to be an S show. Um,
It is.
so they've left it up to the states, but if you're in the red state, y'all abortion is gone. Bye bye.
And what's going to happen now is going to be a lot of basement abortions. It's going to be,
Y'all not traveling to Illinois or states like Illinois or California to have an abortion.
mhm,
There'll be a lot of that going on.
mhm.
So
Like I said, Planned Parenthood already said we have to help those ladies to get funding to go and get one, they will do it.
They're gonna do it. Shout out to them. They have
Because
canceled abortions in Little Rock. Um, I think, and all abortions 30 days out have been canceled. In Little Rock.
and then also, and you talk about this, y'all talk about how y'all pro-life and all that kind of stuff. Um, but y'all are afraid, y'all mad because we want gun laws to be. I mean, make it make sense. I mean, what is it? Which is it?
Don't make
Y'all care so much about the unborn, but y'all don't give a care about the ones that are here.
nope. Do not.
Make it make sense. The math ain't mathing.
It ain't. It ain't. It ain't. It ain't.
The math is not mathing, and that's it. It's a bunch of hypocrites. And then during the pandemic, when they had the vaccination, oh, it's my choice, my body. It's my choice, my body. That's hypocritical there.
Very.
Yep, that's a hypocrite right there.
Yep.
Because it was a woman's choice, a woman's body.
Yep.
Woman's body, woman's choice.
Yep.
And I yield my mic.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I want to make this very clear. I personally do not agree with abortion. However, I don't have a right to tell anybody what to do with their own body.
Correct.
Because, like, I mean, I can be compassionate, I can be non judgmental.
Yeah.
And that's what my God asked me to do. And I yield my mic.
That's it. So we're gonna see how this turned out, Lord God.
We already know how it's going to turn out.
I don't listen. I don't want to be in no red dress all day with the little white thing on my head talking about blessed be the fruit. I know that. So
Blessed be the fruits. And I can't wait till that season coming out.
yeah.
But I'm just like, it was a very sad day in American history. It was a very sad day because now they can take away our right to vote, my right to vote.
Yep.
They can find ways to do a lot of things.
And I think, and I feel like that's going to open up the floodgates for other things to block for rights for people that they don't want. You know, we got the dreamers or the those children that were brought over here into the country. They pay taxes, they work jobs, they're productive citizens. They just are not technically citizens because they were brought over when they were young and
Mm-hmm.
didn't know, their parents brought them over here. I think it's wrong to try to deport those people and send them back to a country they have no recollection of, you know, and they over here living and breathing and working and
But
doing what needs to be done in their communities in their neighborhoods and not a problem, you know.
but I told you what that is all about, though. You already know what that's all about.
Yeah,
That's all about the Caucasian being the minorities. Because they're heading that way. That's what this is all about. Mainly, this is what it's all about.
well,
And they're afraid that what they done to to us is gonna be done to them.
well, I'm for that. Let what's been done to them, I mean to us, be done to them, because a lot of them ain't learned their lesson. That's all I'm gonna say about that. All right, we're gonna get out of here, y'all, because
Yeah,
we just wanted to say howdy and come on here and do some things and then come on back. I think that this country could be a better country if we just stop doing stupid stuff. And this
Stop.
was stupid.
Stop with the stupid.
This is
Stop
very
with the
stupid.
stupid.
Well, yeah.
Gosh.
So, so this is where we are in life.
This is where we are.
All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back next week. Um, check us out tomorrow for its own. I guess we're gonna review this BT Music Awards. I'm gonna watch the highlights because again, I can't sit through no 2 3 hours show. At least not tonight. The way my patience is set up, it ain't gonna work out. I have to be at work in the morning. But I will watch the performances and the highlights and anything significant happen. We'll be right here. We'll talk about the red carpet looks too, because I heard they were a fool as well. Um, and that's it. That's all we got. Um, let me go watch P Valley too, because that there's my show. Um, that's all we got. Wendy, you got anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right, well, we're gonna hit y'all up next week. Wait till y'all back. I should be back on slide duty, Jesus. I'm slowing down some of these things that I be doing. They slowing down, God. They slowing down. So hopefully I'll be able to work on slides. So y'all have something to look at when y'all talk.
Mm-mm.
All right, so we'll check y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye.
Bye.